Okay, this is Lawanda. I'm back. And so let me talk to you about natural supplements versus your medication. I did not take any medication at all when my doctor told me that I was diabetic. She said I really needed it. I said, I'm not going to try that. I want to try something different. And I wanted to give myself time to see if I could be successful on my own without the medication. And that's what I did. And for me, I was able to. If you're taking diabetic medication, whether it's pills, insulin, whatever it is that taking, then you can't. You have to talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor at all, but from my understanding, when my mother was on medication and she was a diabetic, I could not just stop. I could not add, like a supplement in. That was years ago, so I would not have known that then. But if you are on a diabetic medication and you start taking these supplements and you start doing, some of these types of things, your blood sugar could drop significantly, which could be really, really dangerous. So what you have to do is you have to monitor very carefully, and you'll want to talk to your doctor. You want to talk to someone that is really has a good understanding of blood sugar and how to get it down the natural way, and how medicines like work or work against that. The truth is that when you're taking that, it's a different type of a substance, so it's not anything natural. And so the unnatural can attack the natural, and it could just not work together. So you have to be very careful. When my mother was a diabetic, I didn't know like a lot about supplements. This was many, many years ago, at least 10, 15 years ago. And so I started to just give her healthy food because, she had dementia. So she really couldn't say no what she wasn't going to eat. She would just eat what I gave her. And I noticed that her blood sugar was coming down a little too fast, and she wasn't taking supplements. She was taking her insulin, and she had another diabetic medication. So her doctor told me, hey, we can stop this one diabetic medication, and we can, reduce her insulin. And so that's what we were able to do. So, but I had to be careful with that. So, if you're on medication, you have to be very careful. You just can't take, I don't think you can really take supplements, but you have to talk to your doctor, a nutritionist, someone who's a specialist, and you have to monitor that very carefully. I'm talking to, if you are taking medication, still the things I'm telling you about the food, et cetera. But what you'll find if you're, as you start to change the way that you're eating and you're staying away from those sugars and all those toxic things to your body, you will find that your blood sugar will go down, and you'll have to talk to your doctor and say, should I, how much can I reduce? What can I reduce? And hopefully, your doctor is excited and wants to get you off of medication so that you're not on it long term. Because long term, you want to be healthy, because long term, when you're eating the healthy things, it does all kinds of wonderful things for your body, and it adds so many benefits to your body. And so that's how you want to be thinking. So I say a lot. Sometimes I'll talk about the natural and the unnatural, and basically what I mean is just really the things that was naturally created, by God, the Creator. So He gave us all these nuts and seeds and herbs and plants and fruits and meats as well. And these are things that He naturally gave us. And of course, we've taken, so many different things, and we have put all kinds of chemicals in them. We have, just done things to our foods and to our medicines and things like that. And so now when you're dealing with the unnatural, that there's just a lot of side effects, and at times, of course, the medicine, and the need for it, outweighs, you need, people will tell you need to take that, your doctor will. So you have to listen to them. I just decided that I wanted to go a different route, and I wanted to see how it would work for me, and how consistent I would be. So that's what I have to say to you today about just your medication, about natural products, natural foods, vitamins and things like that. Do research. Listen to different types of people. Some people talk about what they, vegetarians or vegan or whatever, and they find things that are just miraculous that work for them. And so you just kind of have to try until you see what works for you and what you really like. So at the next video, I'm going to talk about how I went from protein to a much higher plant-based, and how that happened, and where I am today, how I feel about it, and where my blood sugar is, and which I said in the beginning anyway. But I can talk to you about that then. Okay, thanks.